Today's Thursday evening and I just had dinner, so I'm wrapping up the day basically. And I wanted to film this week's video. I wanted to make it really short because I just want to talk about something that in my opinion is very basic and it doesn't need a long video for us to have it clear, or at least that's something that has helped me grow a lot in terms of health and not only focus on performance, which is, the thing with health and performance is that sometimes we feel that we need to choose. When we start doing endurance sports, we're told that glucose is a primary fuel for the body and that we need to basically include a lot more carbohydrates in our diet. And instead of choosing or teaching us to choose the right carbs, we're told that the best ones are those that the body can absorb very quickly and turn into energy with less effort. So instead of choosing ingredients or looking for nutrients in our food, we start counting calories, counting grams of carbs, and we start spinning a wheel that can turn very badly if we don't, in my opinion, correct it at the right moment, because we are constantly developing some problem with our metabolic health because we are consuming food that is basically turned into sugar. So every time we eat bread, pasta, white rice, we are giving basically straight up sugar to our bodies, and that might work from a performance standpoint because we can basically guarantee that our glycogen stores are going to be full all the time. But in the other hand, we get used to always working on carbohydrates and we ignore in what in my opinion is the real primary fuel for the body, which is fat. And I don't mean that we need to eat fat and load ourselves with bacon or eggs or avocado. What I mean is that we are born with a capability to store fat basically for survival, and as long as we teach our bodies how to use it for fuel, we're gonna be okay and we're gonna survive. And that's why we've heard sometimes that people, the Guinness record for the longest fast is more than 30 days. The reason is because once the body runs out of glycogen, it can live a lot or for a very long time on fat. And trends are sometimes confusing because now we hear that high fat diets or keto diets are the best thing for our health and the best thing to lose weight or correct our metabolic system. But the truth is that more important than eating fat as our primary macronutrient, we need to develop the ability to go through the fat that we naturally store in our bodies. And in my opinion, that's the healthiest way to live. And it's very easy to see because you just have to go out on the street and see people walking and you're gonna see that there's a clear obesity epidemic, and we are basically dying because of the food we're putting in our bodies, and we're blaming some other factors that don't necessarily have to do with what we're eating since we're, babies, 2 years old until we are adults. So we're constantly doing something to our bodies that in the long term is going to have its consequences. And I just wanted to bring up that health is going to be, even though we're in love with this sport and we want to perform at our best level, health will probably always be on top of our necessities, and performance is going to be something that it will end at some point because it's very rare to see people doing endurance sports until the day they die. and at some point we're gonna just stop doing this, even though we love it, and we're gonna take it easier and do less of it in a less competitive way, or we're going to switch to another sport that we really enjoy. So what's gonna follow us through basically the day we die is health, and performance is something that we build for a certain race or competition, but it's something that comes and goes. And I'm not saying, again, we should load ourselves with fat or that we should not eat carbohydrates. We just need to time what we're eating and choose the best possible ingredients that don't attempt against our health. So I just want to make this video to explain that very quickly, and I've said it before and I want to say it again. If you're looking for the energy in pasta or rice or potatoes, you can find the exact same energy in other types of foods that don't have the consequences that these simple carbohydrates have in our health. So from a performance standpoint, we're getting the same carbs, the same amount of carbs and energy, and from a health standpoint, we're doing a lot of good to our bodies because we are taking care of them in the best possible way, while taking in the energy we need for a certain workout or for a race or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I just wanted to make this short video. I will probably do something more elaborated for next week, but this week I just wanted to keep it short, and I just came back from vacation, so I didn't have enough time to do something more prepared. So I'll leave you guys with this. Thank you so much for following. I hope this message is having some sort of value for you, and I'll be really glad if it has. So thank you very much for following, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share with other people. Until next week.